Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. I am joined here with Coach Bruce on NBA trade deadline day.
Dude, let me tell you something. It's been fucking bonkers.
Thankfully, Bruce and I did not get traded. We kept all of our second round picks, and we made a couple additions, which we'll talk about later.
I'm gonna tell you, MJ. Let me tell you something. I would never, ever trade you.
Oh my goodness, really?
You're a franchise guy.
Oh my goodness, really?
What about if I gave you 5 second-round picks?
No. Nice. I see what you did there.
Now,
what about 2 second rounds?
It's tempting. It's tempting.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll never trade you, buddy. Never.
Thank you, Bruce.
Whoa! Hold on.
Thank
Hey, real quick. Tromba.
Oh my gosh.
Dog. Yes, sir. Let's
Wow.
go, Tromba.
Those are some big boy numbers.
Hey, and this dog right here fucking golfs too. So, hey, congratulations.
Wow.
Tromba. Congratulations to you. That's awesome. Good stuff. Oh, we got Green Bay in the house.
Let's go. Those are some big boy numbers. Oh my gosh.
100%. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, how's life? MJ, hey, welcome home.
Thank you.
Great job. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling great. And I'm going to take this time to brag about how well our platform performed via the Senior Bowl. In a combined shout out to the Senior Bowl. Thank you so much for all the access we had.
Yes,
I know we've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you to Jim and Molly and all of the media assistants and everybody.
Amazing, by the way, Molly was
yes, amazing. She is. And just thank you to everybody over there because through the Senior Bowl, through our work with the Senior Bowl, and we're not even done with some of that content. I still have one more thing which I've been working on, and it's not something that I can just lightly toss out there. I think I'll talk about that later when we do some announcements. I'll announce that it's going to come out. I think I'm planning on it coming out on Saturday. But we hit, Bruce, and I know you know this, but we hit over, I believe it was 1.3 million.
1.3.2.
No, it was 1.3 million social media impressions. The week of the Senior Bowl and from that content. So I know that I can confidently say, Bruce, when we started this in April of 2020, that I did not think there would ever be a week in which we would ever
touch
1.3 million social media impressions.
Well,
and it is just ridiculous. The fact that happened. And I'm pretty sure it's higher because now one of the reels from the Senior Bowl is over 1 million just by itself, which is ridiculous. And so I'm pretty sure because between just my Twitter account and Third Down Thursdays was over 300,000 impressions alone.
Mine fucking got fucking like a shit.
And I don't even have access to yours. I don't even know what yours was. So I could probably conservatively say that it was more like 1.5 social media.
Yeah.
1.5 million impressions over like a week, 10-day span, which is just ridiculous. So
dude, it's been insane.
Thank you to everybody for the support. Thank you to everybody for watching and all of that. So with that being said, if you're new here and you're watching, if you're coming from YouTube, if you're coming from Instagram, if you're coming from TikTok, any of that, make sure you go to all the platforms, okay? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We got everything. And on top of that, make sure you go to thirddownthursdays.com because we may be able to impress, with the video content. But even better than the video content, even better than the golfing content, Alex, is the written content we have from our amazing staff of writers that we are.
Alex being one of them.
Yes, Alex being one of them. Chris with the golf content. The written golf content. I show you guys my bad swings. He talks about the good ones.
Amazing.
And, Joe joined the team recently, and he's going to be doing some podcast stuff, which we'll talk about later. But he's also hitting the ground running on writing, and just everybody's doing a great job. So check that content out. And yeah, that's my height. That's my promo. That's how I'm feeling. Because no matter what else is going on, the team is killing it, and that makes me happy.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. So, all right. Well, hey, Coach Bruce, how you feeling? Well, MJ.
Hi, Bruce.
All right, man. So I can't tell you how humbling it is to watch us rock this shit and how well we've been doing, dude. We are in communications with agents for players that are coming up in the NFL draft.
Right.
Which is fucking amazing. So we'll elaborate a little bit more on that later.
Yes.
We have the combine coming up, which is awesome because, like, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, Third Down Thursdays is going to the combine. Not officially yet, but you know what? I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. We'll be there. We got our
we gonna be there.
We got our boots on the ground. And the best part about that, guys, is MJ and I will be there live along with some of our other guys. So it's gonna be a great time. And I can't tell you how well. So to go back to my original point, though, I can't tell you how much I appreciated what you did last week with the coverage that you gave us. Your traffic reporting.
Yes. Yes.
But genuinely, like,
I love that
can't
clip,
tell
by
you,
the way.
right? But I genuinely can't tell you how amazing it was to watch you, like, kind of like, just like, it wasn't like, okay, so I'm getting cheesy right now, but like you were smiling, you were having some fun, like it was like the uniqueness of the moment, and like you were there being a part of something that's like, you know what I'm saying? Being a part of something that's larger than like you and larger than like people, you know what I'm saying? Like larger, like a bigger platform. And like, as a coach, when I was coaching, it was always my favorite thing to help other people and like to bring together like a platform that's larger than what you're doing. So like what you did last week, man, like I'm telling you, man, God bless. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be a part of it in person with you. But man, let me tell you, I worked my ass off while I was here at the base.
Yes.
And dude, you did a fucking bomb ass job though. So hey, God bless, like great job. And I can't wait to expand on what we're doing. So MJ, are you going into a 4-day period of darkness to understand, to make a decision on anything?
So let me say, I have my Packers hat on, and I thought very long and hard about putting this hat on today.
Hold on. Let me let you know real quick. I actually did look up like what he's doing.
Please.
No.
If you can tell me what he's doing.
No. Let me hear your thoughts first. But like I actually did. It's a legit thing. It's a legit thing, just so you know.
Oh, I know it's a legit thing, and it's like legit weird.
Dude, I don't know if you saw my tweet. He's either the smartest fucking person that's like around, or he's like just the strangest motherfucker. Anyway, continue, please.
Here's my take. And I know I've said this before, and it's nothing against the guy because he can do whatever he wants, right? Like Tom Brady has his methods of taking care of his body for that long. Aaron Rodgers has his, right? If he wants to go on a darkness retreat, if he wants to go to Hawaii, if he wants to date a bunch of different supermodel women every year, like that's his right. Yeah, that's the great thing about America is you can pretty much do whatever you want within a certain limit, right?
Can I ask you a question real quick before you?
Yes, please.
What would you rather do? Sit and obviously, like, understand that both you and I are both married. Love my wife. Your wife's amazing.
Yes.
But what would you rather do? Go on a darkness retreat or date supermodel women?
I feel like the majority of America would vote the latter.
I wasn't asking the majority of America. I was asking you.
I'd be terrified to sit in the dark by myself for 4 days. So yeah, I'm going to go with the second one.
Wow, great. Way to, dude, you spun it like a fucking. See, that's the
That's my
reason
job.
why
Yeah.
See, that's the reason why you. Yeah, I see what you did there.
That's what I do.
That was good. That was good. Anyway, continue,
but-
please.
But here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it, right? Like, you can at the same time say Aaron Rodgers is an incredibly talented athlete. He could still very well turn it on next year and be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and do things that, is unfathomable, right? And at the same time, you can say, that's very true. At the same time, you can say, hey, it's really not a good look for some of the guys left in Green Bay. Interesting.
Hey, dude, go for that.
I mean,
oh, wait.
oh, Lord. All right, this is getting off the rails real quick today. She needs to go back to studying. Steal their money. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. So both can be true that Aaron Rodgers is incredibly talented and he's also incredibly weird, right? And I would hate to be one of his teammates where you're sitting there thinking, like, let's just say Aaron Jones right now, right? He's pretty safe on Green Bay, probably one of their best players, right? And he's sitting there thinking, my quarterback has to go to an undisclosed location somewhere.
Undisclosed, like in a deep
somewhere in the boonies of the United States, sit in a cabin by himself for 4 days and 4 nights, not speak to a single human being. And he has to do all of that to decide whether or not he wants to be the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers again. Like, I can't fathom the idea of my quarterback being like, you know what, guys, this was a great season. I fought with you. I worked with you. And then now I have to go.
I'm in darkness. I'm deciding on what I want to do. Ooh.
And Jack, you clearly don't listen anytime I talk about the greatest of all time, because the first thing I always say is it's impossible to define the greatest of all time at a position when the rules are favored towards quarterbacks now. So it's completely impossible to compare them to the quarterbacks of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The game has changed so much. And so you got to break it up into some different things. I'm currently ripping Jack, saying he never listens to me when I talk about the greatest of all time quarterback, because
who's the greatest of all time? Brady?
Because Bruce, what is the first thing I always say when I talk about this? It's impossible to define the greatest of all time at the position because of how much the rules and the game have changed. And so that's why I define it. The most talented person I've ever seen with a football in their hands, throwing the football, is Aaron Rodgers. That's purely how I define it. I don't think it's fair. Anyway, Jack just likes getting me riled up for no reason.
We're not going to go
troll, but
we're not gonna continue down this road of darkness. I was just curious about what your thoughts were.
Stupid.
That's it.
It's stupid, and I'm done with this crap.
Right.
I'm done with this crap. Like, again, you can do whatever you want. That's the great thing about this country. It's wonderful. You can do whatever you want in that sense, right? You can go sit in a cabin by yourself for 4 days if you want to in the darkness, to then decide if you want to get paid $50 million to play football next year. You idiot. Of course, like, whatever. I just don't want to deal with it on my team anymore and the team that I try to cover. Okay. My guy, you pretend like I haven't been told that every day for the last 3 years since we started doing this stuff. I just don't care. Because let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. I've talked to, and Bruce, you can back me up on this. I've talked to Bruce's buddy Eric. I've talked to Bruce's buddy Eric, who legitimately might be the hardest-headed sports person I've interacted with personally. Like, he was so set in his mind, and we did an entire show basically dedicated to this. And I tipped his meter more towards, it might not be Brady. I didn't change his mind completely, But a man who said the same thing as you, I looked him straight in the eyes for 30 plus minutes, and I gave him actual numbers, which people rarely do these days.
Hey,
and his mind was changed a little bit. So,
hey, you know
again,
what though? Hey, what was it? 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so that said though, real quick before we, all right, so let's get the Aaron Tings. Zach, you still there, dog? Zach, there, thank you, Zach.
Yeah.
So we're talking about goats, and you're getting heated. I feel it. I feel it. I feel the energy. I love it though. But there was a gentleman that broke probably we're gonna get to this. The most
one of the most unbreakable records.
The NBA's most unbreakable records yesterday. Or 2 nights ago, excuse me, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not the traditional LeBron hater. Do I think Jordan's still the GOAT? I do. However, I will say LeBron is the best scorer of all time, but Michael Jordan is the best player of all time. And that's the way I'm going to put this. Oh, Zach's already he turned on his camera. I know Zach wants.
Oh my gosh!
I do right away.
So before Zach jumps down one of our throats, I don't even know who it's going to be. And I'll stay consistent. Just the sake of this is how I look at sports.
I got
right?
one more thing.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
No. I'm saying you finish, but I got one more thing before.
Okay. This is just the way I look at it, right? Michael Jordan. I really think Michael Jordan is viewed not as much because I do think in basketball, one player does have significantly more impact than one player in football. But I think Michael Jordan does get slightly, and I'm saying slightly compared to way with Brady. I think Jordan gets slightly too much credit for some of his success. Now, granted, it's still incredibly difficult and just mind-blowing that the dude went 6-0 in the finals, right? He's still one of the, I believe, is he the top scoring average of all time?
Yes, he's the top.
Yes, top scoring average of all time.
And also 9-time defensive champion or defensive all-team or first team.
Right. So incredible on both ends of the floor, right? And that's where I go at Brady sometimes is, hey, incredible offensive player, obviously, broke all these records, right? You don't play defense, right? So that's where I'm going to give MJ a lot more credit. But when you look at the fact that LeBron is third all-time in scoring average, he's only half a point a game behind in scoring average. He's only about half a point to maybe 0.8 behind LeBron in scoring average. He might be fifth. He's either third or fifth. Anyways, he's still within a point of Michael Jordan in scoring average. And I just think if you're going to think about it this way,
it's fifth.
In fifth?
And he's 3 points behind Jordan.
3?
3.
Who's in third?
Elgin Baylor.
Who's in third?
Elgin Baylor.
Oh, okay. It's the difference between LeBron and Baylor. I was thinking of. My bad.
So
anyway,
Kevin Durant is actually fourth, with LeBron fifth.
Okay.
AD might be the most gifted scorer in NBA history.
Yeah. And here's my thing, and I'm going to say the same thing. I just think it's so hard to define because, Bruce, the game of basketball is so different. The game of basketball that LeBron walked into was only the same as the game Jordan played for a couple years, if even.
Yeah, and Jordan the game average, and still
LeBron is playing now. I never said it was more difficult. I never said it was more difficult. I said it was different.
You didn't.
So you're talking about a time when, Bruce, it was easier to play defense. But that doesn't mean that LeBron scoring the amount he did so consistently for so long does not have to put him in serious contention. Because if you're going to look at football, okay, and say Brady needs to be the GOAT because of all of these times he's won, we don't talk about the times Brady went to the Super Bowl and lost when we talk about the GOAT. We talk about the times he won, the times he's carried teams, and all of his incredible stats he's accrued. People give him credit for his longevity. So I think the same respect needs to be given to LeBron in basketball.
I agree with the longevity portion of that. I agree with it.
So he needs to get the same respect, and he needs to get the same respect for actually carrying teams, because you can do that in basketball, actually carrying teams to the finals. That if you take LeBron off and put, say, Kevin Durant on, another all-time great scorer, for those who are just saying that LeBron only can accrue scoring, if you put another all-time great scorer in Kevin Durant on a lot of the teams that LeBron took to the finals, they would not make the finals. And so I just think you need to look at it in a much more holistic lens. But again, I will make the claim that it is almost impossible to really, even statistically, if you take some of the BS arguments out of it that drive me so crazy, even if you just look at numbers, it is so hard to make a GOAT argument.
I wasn't
in the NBA.
I wasn't actually going to go down this route. I was actually going to appreciate what LeBron's doing. Like, I love the fact that you're doing this, because I'll throw fucking numbers out there and do it.
Oh, I know.
But no,
I wasn't trying to do it either. I was just trying to draw the comparison that I think LeBron doesn't. I was kind of going, I don't think LeBron gets enough respect.
So that being said, I actually have LeBron on my Mount Rushmore of greatest basketball players of all time. Here's the thing.
And he should be.
Agree. So there's a longevity piece, and I get that. The NBA is completely different than how it used to be, and everyone in so MJ, like we were talking earlier today about or in the pre-show about how I'm the meathead of the group. 100%. I am the meathead.
Yes.
I 100%. Dude, I'm the fucking dive on the floor, fucking get your fucking get your fucking knees fucking all scraped up. I don't give a fuck. Get your ass up and fucking play some basketball. I agree with that. But there's a certain uniqueness that I found in LeBron's game that I appreciate. And first of all, it's the longevity. Secondly, it's the ability to kind of combine a 6'8", 240-pound frame with the amount of grace that he's able to have. Example being, the shot that broke the record was a fadeaway jumper 16, 17 feet away from the basket. I'm sorry.
On very good defense.
A great defense. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Old school heads, Kareem, y'all, you couldn't do it. You cannot shoot like that. You did not have that game. Your game was around the basket, pre 3-second violation, pre 3-pointers, and I get it. Okay, right. So the opposite argument is still there. Okay, the 3-point line can help them get to that point. I agree with that, but man,
it's also harder to shoot the ball from further than it is to shoot the ball from closer.
Right.
So
I
agree. It doesn't help.
So that said,
when you're 7 foot and you're right by the basket, it's a heck of a lot easier than when you're 6'8", getting guarded by somebody who's 6'8", and you're 30 feet away.
So what I'm going to say,
I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that to folks.
Right. Well, you're fine. But the one thing though that I can appreciate about LeBron's game is not his decision-making process with where he's gone and what he's doing with that portion. Because to be honest with you, I've always thought he's a ring chaser. I'm going to say that. But I do appreciate.
Isn't everyone a ring chaser?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that the point?
Not the mother.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Not who?
Hold on, Zach. Hold on, Zach. Zach, hold on. But what I'm saying though is, I from just a pure who I'm going to pick first. It's not now anymore. Just so you know, I watched that game. That was the first Lakers basketball game I've watched in totality since Kobe had his last game. And
Right.
MJ, I'm going to tell you, I don't know how many Lakers games you've watched, but LeBron's not LeBron anymore. He's very much a muscle ball now and gets a lot of calls and forces a lot of shots now. I'm sorry, I said it. I'd much rather have a Kevin Durant on my team right now, currently in the state that we're in right now, than LeBron James. Also, I'm going to go as far as say that Michael Jordan was a better basketball player at the age of 38, even though he wasn't playing, than LeBron James at the current age of 38. You know why? Because Michael Jordan scored 40 points at the age of 40 with footwork and technique, whereas LeBron wants to fucking bull rush down the lane and get some bullshit ass fouls and then complain about it when he doesn't get them. I do love LeBron. Don't get this twisted. This is also my love for Michael Jordan. I think there is an appreciation that needs to happen for both all-time greats. However, I'm going to tell you, Michael Jordan is still the best basketball player of all time. Leave a brother alone on that. And that's it. I mean, Allen Iverson said it best. I mean, Zach, what you got, bro?
I got a bunch of things. First,
please, Zach, please.
I think when we're talking GOAT, it's more on all-encompassing, and where MJ has that edge is everyone wanted to be like Mike. The whole I want to be like Mike jingle, the Jordan shoes, which is now a big thing that players are signing with. He had all those things. He popularized the dunk contest. It was already popular, but he made it a really, really big thing that we always wait to watch for every year.
Right.
So those kinds of things that Michael Jordan did to propel basketball to where it is, at least to help it, is why I give him the edge is in the GOAT conversation. It's a different conversation of best basketball player.
So marketing, I'm interrupting this. So you're giving Michael Jordan the edge because of marketing reasons. You're not giving him the reason because of actual skill set, footwork, and everything else. You're giving him because of marketing.
I am 21. I didn't get to watch him.
If you're saying LeBron doesn't have footwork, then you don't watch him play basketball.
I'm
talking to Bruce.
I think
fuck that. No, hold on, Zach. I'll actually fucking interject with that. Fuck that. No, that's bullshit. To be honest with you, I actually think LeBron's footwork is dog shit. I actually think Michael Jordan had one of the most elite footworks of all fucking time. Look that shit up.
So if LeBron's footwork is so bad, how has he had one of the best
245
fades,
pounds, 6'8"?
So he gets punished because he's bigger?
245 pounds, 6'8", being able to go through people like it's nothing.
No, I'm talking about the fact that he has one of the most patented fadeaways.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not.
Behind Kobe
no, he does not. His fade. He's not known for his fadeaway. He's known for his aggressiveness to the basket. That's not true. That is not true.
So the fadeaway he developed in Miami just don't exist? His corner fade, not a thing?
Who knows LeBron for a fadeaway? Who?
Zach, please back me up. Zach, please back me up on this. That
no one knows LeBron for his fadeaway. I know you're the step back that he does.
He's always kind of had a fadeaway to it.
He doesn't have he doesn't do that. Like that's not his game. His game has never been a fadeaway.
I'm not saying that's his game.
That's exactly what you just said.
No,
it's in his bag.
No, I'm saying he has in his arsenal, in his bag. He's got a very good fadeaway.
But we're talking about footwork,
which requires good footwork.
So that one sequence of anything does not mean like me watching basketball doesn't mean I don't know anything about basketball. It means the fact that like I've watched his skill set since he graduated from high school in 2002, 2002. I watched his games on ESPN2 because that's the only place. Like he's always been an aggressive person going to the basket. That's all he's ever been. He developed a bullshit jump shot. And yes, it was a bullshit jump shot and it was very weak. But then as he got older, he did a very good job. And you're right on this. He developed a fadeaway jumper in Miami back in 2009 or 2008, 2009, when he ended up going to Miami. So I still think to this day, Jordan had a more elite footwork than LeBron ever did.
Jordan had great footwork. From every video and highlight tape I've ever watched, his footwork's crazy. It doesn't mean LeBron has terrible footwork. It's fine. It's not Hakeem Olajuwon,
correct,
or anything like that, which is fine. There's a reason he's called the big fundamental, is because that dude had it on lock. I think they're so close. Like stylistically, they're very different, but ability-wise, they're both so good at what they do. It's close between the two. And I think just videos and stuff, obviously, I'm too young, but Jordan's game is more aesthetically pleasing to me. And it's the foul hunting part that really bothers me. I think just because credit to LeBron for doing it because the NBA rules allow him to and the officials allow him to. Fair. So it's part of a skill set at this point in being able to do that.
I agree with that. But Reggie Miller back in the day was very good at that too.
Excellent at it. But I think to me that's not aesthetically pleasing. I don't enjoy those kinds of games. So I personally would lean away from it.
MJ, that was the first time you've actually pissed me off in a long time. Sorry, Zach. Yeah. Like I haven't been that pissed off in fucking forever. Like legit. I actually got like visibly angry.
I know, I saw it. It was funny.
But I want to take one step back. I want to go back to the presentation after the LeBron shot. I have five big takeaways from this. They were all
good call,
hilarious.
Zach, good call. Zach, hold on, Zach. Before you do that, you know what else has to happen? You need to have a sponsor. You need to have insurance. You got to make sure things work out well. You know when you do this stuff. So that being said,
need insurance when Bruce gets angry.
No.
Facts. Protect my
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you guys call Jeff Wertapney at Building Block Insurance Group at 704-464-4544, let him know that Third Down Thursday sent you, and you can save a lot of money there. And if you don't want to talk to him, because I don't blame you because he's a jackass, he's not, but give him an email at jeff@mybbig.com. Again, that's jeff@mybbig.com. All right, Zach, so let me hear it.
So the big takeaway, first of all, that was a hell of a shot. And I'm super happy for him getting the record. It's super cool. It's a record that lasted 38 years. So good on him for that. And then second, I think the Lakers PA might be the worst PA. He's definitely the worst PA in basketball. He might be the worst in sports. He is horrendous. Such a hype thing to happen, and then he just kind of blows it by being super dull. It wasn't very good. I think my third point was they really couldn't have played out the last 10.8 seconds of the third quarter before they did all of this.
Right.
Just
dribble it out.
There's 6 minutes left.
I got my thoughts.
If there's 6 minutes left in a quarter, whatever, that's fine. But 10 seconds, are we kidding? Fourth takeaway, I love LeBron cussing on live TV. On live TV.
I did love that. That was great. He's like, fuck. Like,
it was awesome. And then my final takeaway is the Thunder winning that game made it all the better. As a naturally born Laker hater, the Thunder winning that game on LeBron's big night was amazing. I loved all of it.
MJ, you got something that's like not gonna piss me off, or you do you actually have something on this? I love the fact that you're like relishing that in the fact that like to be honest with you, Zach, and you know this. Usually it's me pissing him off, and the fact that like he like totally flipped the fucking script, and it's
A
like
strange reversal of roles.
yeah, I'm cool with it. I love it though. I love this talk, to be honest with you. So MJ, like honest to God though, do you actually have something about it? Because I have one thing that I want to say that I want you both, Zach, you, MJ, and everybody else that's watching our Twitch chat to comment on, because I think it's actually a fucking interesting take. So MJ, please.
I just thought it was cool that his kids were there. There's a clip right as he was walking in the locker room before halftime. He looks at his boys. He's like, "How much I got?" They told him he had 20. He's like, "I'll go get, you want me to go get it?" They say, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll go get it." And so it was just cool to see. It was cool for me to see again, because like Zach said, we really grew up watching LeBron. Not saying that's why I was defending him. That was really just to screw with you. But I think it's really cool. It was really cool for me to watch that game. I was leaving work at halftime, and so I was watching the game, and I'm like, that's the dude. That's the dude we grew up watching. He was able to turn it on for the primetime home game with his sons there. I thought that was really cool. For his sons to be able to be there, front row, recording it, hang out with him after the game. I thought it was really cool.
No, honestly, like, all right. So to speak to that, so this is a guy that was hyped like when I was in high school. Like right away, like you guys, I mean, you both have to understand that, like, and anybody that's watching has to understand that LeBron James graduated high school the same year I graduated high school. So when like he was when he was on Sports Illustrated and stuff like that as a high school kid, like me and my guys were like, how the fuck is this dude better than us at basketball? We're pretty fucking good at basketball. How the fuck is this guy that much better than us? And obviously that's like just the whole like not knowing and like high school kid in you know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff. So that being said, there was a certain part of me that relished in the fact that like he was able to do what he did from a longevity standpoint, because like now it's like, okay, it's the same thing with like with LeBron, LeBron, yeah, but it's the same thing with Tom Brady. It was the same thing now. Honestly, like as much as I'm a huge fucking hater on the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers in his dark retreat, it's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. It's the same thing with like all the old cats. You know what I'm saying? Because it's and this is speaking from me and my generation. It's like, you know what? Fuck all you youngins. Get off my lawn. I'm gonna fucking do. we're gonna still fucking do well. We're gonna fucking tear shit up. Guess what? LeBron's still fucking averaging 30 fucking points a game. I don't think it's 30, but I think it's
26.
Yeah. But he's still fucking doing work, and he's still doing awesome. And like, there's a part of me that's just like, yeah, you know what? Like, all right, you know what, babe? Let's watch this game. Let's watch fucking LeBron break this record, and let's fucking like enjoy a moment that, to be honest with you, might not be repeated until Luka Doncic fucking breaks it. And oh, you like that? I know MJ loves that. But no, I loved it. I to be honest with you, like, it was great. But here's the thing that I want to make a comment on. And here's the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. The length of time to celebrate it, okay, that wasn't his decision. So we got to take that out of the equation, because that's the NBA taking a full advantage of a marketing opportunity. That's it. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So the one thing that I don't like, he did not play in the fourth quarter. Why? Oh, Zach didn't play in the fourth quarter either. He's like, I'm out. Hey, Zach, you're good.
I'm pretty sure he did, Bruce.
It might be I don't think he did. I think it's very limited. I don't think he played in the fourth quarter. So
I mean, he also played the majority of all of the minutes at
Michael
the beginning
Jordan
of the
would be in
game.
that game. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Jack said he played, but he had a knee flare up. Okay, a knee flare up. That's bullshit.
Finish the game.
I'm sorry.
Bruce,
Dude,
I'll be honest, I could not care less.
I like that's fine. Like
It made
so,
me happy.
so we're going fucking meathead now, and I personally like wanted him to finish that game. But you know why I wanted him to finish that game? Because the Lakers needed that game. The Lakers needed that win to get into the playoff picture. If am I okay? I could be okay. So cool. Like, come at me for that fucking reason about like LeBron not finishing. The Lakers needed that game. Why the fuck weren't you playing in that game? Because you are the best player on that team. Am I wrong on that? No, I'm not. He's the best player on that team. Secondly, like if you're the best player on that team, I don't give a fuck if you broke a record. You had fucking like Jay-Z, Jay-Z, yay, I'm gonna hug you, and fucking like everybody else in that fucking crowd. All right, cool. Guess what? That same crowd is gonna be there when your bitch ass is retired and gone or on another team playing with Bronny. And guess what? They want to see you fucking make the playoffs and see what you can fucking do. So stop fucking like celebrating for you and stop being like, what do I got to do to win this, get this record? So that what kind of struck me kind of angrily. I was like, dude, you're asking what you can do to get a record. Why aren't you like, it's not about the record. I want to win this game. And that's why I think it got kind of twisted in that game. And I saw that shit and it fucking pissed me off. And I was like, dude, you are the best basketball player of this generation. And you are deciding to load management yourself. And that's dog shit. You should have been out there. You should have been fucking working for your team and not been a bitch about it. Congratulations on what you're doing. But LeBron, I am disappointed in what you did there. Anyway, gentlemen, Super Bowl is coming up. That being said, though,
Oh my gosh.
hey, just so you guys know, though, you got to make sure you have good homeowners insurance. Oh, no, we didn't do auto. Yeah, if you're driving somewhere, got to have some auto insurance.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office. Stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
A part of that Building Block Insurance Group is Jeff Wertetny. And you can email him at jeff@mybebig.com. Or if you want to call him, it's 704-464-4544 and let him know that Third Down Thursday sent you. Again, MJ, Zach, it's not that I dislike LeBron. It's the fact that I didn't like the situation because it sensed to me it was a little fishy. But
Just real quick, Bruce, before we get on to the Super Bowl, LeBron James is 8th in the league in minutes per game this year. He's been playing his butt off trying to keep the Lakers alive.
He's had to.
So let's not
that's-
right. So let's not pretend that my guy isn't not my guy, just my guy. Yeah.
you know, like that.
let's not pretend that my guy isn't just literally putting his 38-year-old body on the line every single day because nobody else above him is below 30.
I'll take away the load man comment. I'll take away that.
Thank
However,
you.
I
just didn't think that one was fair. I
appreciate that. Okay, fair. I appreciate that. Thank you. However, I still think his bitch ass should have played.
I mean,
I still love him. To be honest with you, I still like LeBron. I do. I'm actually like I said, he's on my Mount Rushmore of best players of all time. He is.
But also let's hit on AD for playing like trash all year and not being there. Like AD should be the one carrying that team now. AD's the young guy. AD's supposed to be the young star helping LeBron along. But
okay, all right.
He's playing like trash.
I'm just saying.
Okay, no.
The best player for the first 2 months.
Hold on. I love this.
Does.
No, you know what though, Zach? I love MJ's comment on this because I want to bring this up. No, thank you, MJ, because his fucking bitch ass was fucking like sitting there like not appreciating the moment because like he was like, you know what? I'm from Chicago. Michael Jordan's my favorite player, but he's obviously not thinking this. But like, what was he doing there? Did you guys see that like video about that?
I think he was
shit?
mad because they were losing. Did you see his post game comment where he asked
Yeah, I saw
Like
it.
what what it needs to change. Well, you said win games. It's simple. Yeah, they were losing in the second half. They
Right,
were losing the entire second half. They didn't take the lead during
right,
that second half. So
right.
I think he was more upset that it was like all this fanfare for an L.
For just an L. Okay, that's fair. Like,
It
but
does
man,
it does rub people the wrong way for sure, especially when LeBron actively brought AD to Los Angeles.
they were down at that point they were down by what 10.
I think it was 7 when that shot was hit.
Not
All
by
right, let's
much.
like I was
Like
gonna say
7 or
8,
5.
but like I'm just saying. All right, so for example, all right, we'll just say 8, whatever 8. So they're down. All right, let's say 9. They're down by 9 at that point of the game, and LeBron breaks the record. Everything's fucking awesome. Blah blah blah, and all the players were up at that point of the game to watch him score that bucket. But in that video, you saw AD sitting on the bench while all the other players, including Max Christie, whom I coached against, by the way, was an absolute stud in high school. So credit to you, Max. Uh, Everybody was like standing up, like, yeah. Whereas you saw AD just like,
That is a little messed up. I'll be
all
honest.
right, I'm gonna get up now. I don't know. It's. I think it goes deeper. In my opinion, just from a visual standpoint, it's not from like I know anybody on that team. I mean, I know someone on the team, but I don't talk to that person on that team. It's interesting. It's a I don't know. I think I don't expect AD. So, all right, I'll go as far as say this, MJ, Zach. MJ, you know me. Sometimes my predictions are absolute dog shit. Sometimes they're spot on.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron and AD are playing together next year.
Probably not. No.
That's a hot take, but I don't mind it. I think LeBron's the one to go though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think there's gonna be some. I think there's gonna be some stuff that comes out though about the relationship between those two.
Yeah.
You could
In
be
my
The
very
thing
well
with
right.
the Lakers, right? The whole thing with the Lakers is just a disaster. Like they just tried to bring back time by bringing the biggest names in the NBA to one place, and it's like, okay, well, do they fit?
Okay,
Do
so
they work? Because Russell
okay,
Westbrook was the biggest thing. Him and LeBron don't function together. And let's
Right.
segue this into the trade deadline because that's the topic of our show.
great. That's what I was about to say. Like, we need to fucking obviously talk about that shit.
The trade deadline, so LeBron Westbrook gets traded in maybe the weirdest trade of them all.
Yes.
There were some
Yeah.
useless ones, but this one was weird because it was like every team in those 3 teams, the Jazz, the Timberwolves, and the Lakers, all just got off one bad contract to get another bad contract that might help them a little more.
Westbrook only has 1 year, or it's just this year and he's done.
Yeah, which helps.
So yeah, it's huge.
Then there's
So-
the D'Angelo Russell back in LA, which is
He's
weird.
out. I'm gonna say right now. I'm saying it right now. He's gonna get bought out. Westbrook will get bought out, and
yeah.
like the talk
He's too
here,
good for the Jazz.
the talk here in Chicago though is he gets bought. He comes to Chicago now. I don't even know if you've heard about that shit, Zach. MJ?
Yeah, I've heard about it. It makes no
be-
sense.
To be honest with you, it makes zero sense. Pardon me, honest to God. Okay, here's the fucked up mindset that I have, you guys. And please, you're more than welcome to like yell at me about this. And
I
I'm
know
not,
exactly what you're gonna say.
and I am not mad about it either. Bring him to Chicago, let him play 30 games or whatever it is that's left in the season, and put a fire under the fucking people's asses here in the city of Chicago. Because I'm sorry, Zach LaVine's not doing it. Lonzo Ball's not here. He's out probably next year. And to be honest with you, I could see him being like, all right, unfortunately, he might have a situation that's Brandon Roy-ish, and he's out. So bring Westbrook here. Okay, so Zach LaVine, Russell Westbrook, you got fucking DeMar DeRozan, and you got Vucevic, and you got Patrick Williams. That starting 5 would be kind of entertaining. And because you didn't trade Alex Caruso, because the Chicago Bulls sat on their asses and were like, you know what?
One of two teams cannot do anything at the deadline.
We're not going to do anything. You know why? Because it's common. All right. So Zach, so this is a common thing in Chicago sports, specifically the Chicago Bulls, Chicago White Sox, and I'm calling them out again, MJ. So let's do this. Reinsdorf, you're a piece of shit. Every team you fucking you own and fucking like do your thing with, you just sit on your ass and fucking like say like, I'm making my money. Oh, here we go. Blip, 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 blip. All right. So we're good. We're good now. But
I want you to go off because I know you got some. I know you got more in there.
Well, no, to be honest with you, like I'm not even a huge I'm not a White Sox fan, but I'm a Bulls fan, and I've a lot of my friends are Chicago White Sox fans, but the commonalities amongst the White Sox and the Chicago Bulls are so fucking similar because you got a lazy ass fucking owner that's not going to fucking sell either one of those teams, and he's going to rake in a shit ton of money because guess what? I know what you fucking do, bro. You have a fucking side hustle, and this is your fucking side gig that helps you fucking bring in fucking money. And okay, so I'm not going to sell this team. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to allow them to be 500 or at least be somewhat competitive in their respective areas so that way you can fill seats. Dude, it's disappointing. It's sad. You are basically fucking over two franchises that are, I'm sorry, as a Cubs fan, even the Chicago White Sox were a heralded franchise back in the fucking day. So you're fucking that team over. You have the Chicago Bulls. The only reason why you're lucky enough to have any kind of success with that team was because you fucking fell on Michael Jordan with the 3rd pick back in the 80s. And you fell on Derrick Rose with the number 1 pick because you pulled a lottery fucking ticket out of your asshole. So, dude, you need to sell the fucking teams and fucking let someone that knows what they're fucking doing, that actually cares about what they're doing, take them over. Done.
Well done.
Well, thanks, Zach.
There it is.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You guys got nothing
no, I
on
mean,
that?
I don't have anything.
That was in a
much
weird
better.
spot. I don't know why they didn't do anything. Like, pick one way or the other, it's fine, but doing nothing right now is weird. Like, trade Caruso, trade DeRozan, trade Levine, whatever, or trade one of your lower guys, try and upgrade a little bit. Every other team in the East was trading people away. I know this because I'm in the West, where they traded players. So, Bulls, take advantage of this. Try and make something happen. You're in purgatory at the moment. You may as well try something either way. So,
right. Like, why not?
It was just weird.
I would love them.
That.
They won't.
Like,
They won't. They won't. They won't do shit. They won't shit. They won't. They'll just sit. Sorry. They'll just sit. They'll just sit on their hands and be like, "Nope, not doing anything."
I mean, my team traded
go over the Nets.
The number 2 pick in a couple drafts ago for Gary
for
Payton.
5 second-round picks, baby.
No, they didn't even trade him for the picks. They traded him for Gary Payton because they used the picks to get
Gary Payton. Who they should have kept in the first place. Yep. Who they just should have kept originally.
Yeah, so they just lost James Wiseman because they wouldn't re-sign Gary Payton last year.
Right.
Exactly. Well, Wiseman's not good.
No, and it probably is the best thing for his career to go somewhere.
I do like Wiseman though. I just like.
I do too. I
actually like Wiseman.
Great.
I do like Wiseman. Just so you guys know, I like Wiseman a lot.
I don't see.
I think he could be DeAndre Jordan.
You like him? Wait, Zach, you don't like him?
He's not a good defender. He's average at offense. He's the first 20 games of the year. He was the worst player in the NBA.
I mean, yeah, but other than that, he's fine.
He's come back from the G League better.
He has an ability. He can rebound. He can rebound. He's able.
He's 7 feet tall. He should be able to grab 5 rebounds. You'd think.
Okay, so I agree with this. Okay, so this right here. All right, I'm gonna pop this up. I agree with that.
He is there in the first place.
I agree with that. I do agree with he is a bust. I agree with that. But I do.
If they had LaMelo.
It should have been LaMelo.
It should have been. I agree with that. Okay, fair. Ooh, no, Greg Oden actually he had a fucking knee issue. Come on now. All right,
Greg Oden was also productive for a little while too.
Yeah, you know why? Because guess what? Greg Oden had ridiculously awesome footwork. MJ.
But I don't know. The Wiseman thing was a weird pick. It didn't pan out.
Right.
Though I didn't really see it in his skill set anyway. I didn't love it. Maybe it's just because I am spoiled by the best player in the NBA, in my opinion, being a center. But I didn't see it with him. It doesn't look good. Maybe a change of scenery is better for him. Obviously, Golden State's not in a position to really develop him since
No.
they are a championship contending team every year at this point as a dynasty.
Man, Zach,
They're
I
just
didn't-
not in a position to develop guys like James Wiseman who need a long runway. It's the same thing. I'll go into this right now. The Bones Highland trade
Uh-oh.
to the Clippers for
Right.
2 second-round picks. It wasn't about Bones Highland being bad or being good. It was that he needed more runway to develop, and the Denver Nuggets are in a championship window. They did not have the runway to let him develop the way he needed to.
Fair.
It's the same thing with James Wiseman. And that's why him going to, where was it? Where did he end up? Atlanta?
Detroit.
Detroit. That's a great spot for him to just F around and find out what his game is.
Agree. All right, so real quick, you guys know what time it is. I mean, we only got a minute, but we can extend it a little bit. Start a little late today. I totally do that.
Yeah, we can give it a few minutes.
So, for whatever reason, my Siri just hit. That being said, right now, guys, it is time for Fireside Chat. This is the opportunity for you guys to ask us anything, and we just say whatever the fuck is on our minds, and we're allowed to say, like, anything. To be honest with you, you know what? I'm going to fucking say it right now. We even talked about it. The fucking Super Bowl. Who do you guys got?
It is. Yeah, it's the Super Bowl. Chiefs by 1 million.
I got Chiefs, too.
Eagles.
It's
Oh, Zach! No, dude.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I've thought about
alternate spread.
For one-
Alternate spread. Eagles by fucking like 20. Or excuse me, Chiefs by 20.
I think the Eagles roster is comparable or even better in some ways. Mahomes is better than Jalen Hurts. Kelsey's better than
Eastern-
Dallas Goddard.
NFC East.
But that was a great division this year.
No garbage. They
Every
didn't play.
team with a
Oh
winning
my god!
record.
Offensively, it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm sorry, it's not the same.
They run a different
The Dallas-
offense.
The
But
Dallas Cowboys. Okay, the Dallas Cowboys. All right, cool.
no, but Bruce
Giants.
is saying that you can't say their defense was super impressive. The Eagles win 6 of their games were against teams with bad offenses.
is that their fault?
No.
No.
Okay,
it's still
but you
the
can use the
schedule.
same. But you can also use the same conversation of like, okay, the Giants, like how amazing the Giants were this year, or surprising the Giants were, or let's backtrack that. Like the Eagles they played so fucking well this year because 6 of their fucking wins came against an inferior opponent.
Yeah,
Right.
but here's the thing: they
You can
destroyed
say
them.
the same thing.
This
about
wasn't like they
against the
won
Chiefs,
one-score
too.
games against those guys. They beat them handily, like they're supposed to.
They've never played an offense though that is as
No, but no one has.
yeah.
So
But
it's played the Chiefs.
okay, so that
You've
being
never
said
seen an
though,
offense like the Chiefs.
So have you seen the scores that the Cowboys put up against the Eagles? Have you
I
seen the
haven't
score?
looked.
Yeah, it's plus 35. So like the fact that like the Cowboys put up that number and that the fact that the Giants have put up like 28 plus against them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say Chiefs.
Divisional
so
games to
here's
me are not the same thing. They're always a little fucky. Divisional
Ah.
games are always different because you game plan against each other twice a
no,
year.
he's right.
I agree.
He's right.
I
But-
agree with that. But like
but-
you should be able. So that being said, you
can
shouldn't
first
have an
right.
average. You shouldn't have an average of that many points though against divisional opponent because if it's a divisional opponent, it should be a smaller amount of points scored. In my opinion.
You also have the same amount of time to prepare for the
To
same
prepare.
team
I get what
defensively
you're
too. It's all messy.
Also,
But I think where the Eagles have the advantage is their wide receivers.
Agree.
Devontae
I
Smith,
100%
AJ Brown.
agree with that.
That's
But-
better than Juju Smith-Schuster and
You have the best quarterback in football right
yes, Patrick Mahomes is better than Jalen Hurts. That's not an argument for me.
now. Wait.
I think it's going to be a fun.
that's a
Super
great
Bowl.
question.
Give me 27-24 Eagles.
Okay, fair.
I'll get to that in a minute, Sean. Here's why none of that actually matters. This game really should be a toss-up because the Eagles allowed 3 fewer touchdowns all season than the Chiefs did. So anybody who wants to talk about any defensive comparisons, shut up, because their defenses on a equal ground are pretty much the same in terms of giving up points, because their special teams are also very equal, and their offenses are pretty equal as well, because the Chiefs scored 3 more touchdowns than the Eagles did. So if you want to look at just the basic game of football,
teams that they played.
Scoring points. If you want to just look at the basic game of football, scoring points and allowing points, they're pretty dang similar. So yes, it's going to come down to some positions, and I'm going to use Bruce's own argument not against him, but against the world. If we want to say that quarterback is the most important position on the field, then this should be a clear and overwhelming favorite to the Chiefs, because the quarterback who's been here before, the quarterback that will be here again, and that's me saying I don't think Jalen Hurts will be back for a while. Patrick Mahomes is the player that is going to dominate this game. Because at the end of the day, if I have to trust somebody to win this football game, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce. I don't have the faith in the Eagles' offense to make that happen.
Sirianni, though.
Okay, that's fine.
It's hard because
I'll give him some
Andy
faith.
Reid does really well is where Sirianni kind of struggles, and where Sirianni really excels is where Andy Reid kind of struggles. So they're like inverses of each other, and Andy Reid might be the best single game planner in the NFL.
100% he is. 100% he is. I agree.
You give him 2 weeks to go, and he'll pick you apart.
Yep.
But what Nick Sirianni does really well is in game. He knows how to adjust stuff. He knows how to figure things out during the game.
All right, so we're talking side bets.
Who's going to be a really interesting matchup of those two. This could come down to coaching straight up.
Hey, were you in side bets?
No.
Zach, you want to do a side bet? Jack, you want to do a side bet?
What I will.
This is small money, dollar, like gentlemen's bets, dollar.
What I will talk about, though, I'll answer this question.
Brian Branch is already a Packer.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. The person I would like the Packers to pick at 15 is Christian Gonzalez from Oregon.
Really?
I think pairing Christian Gonzalez with Jair Alexander would be disgusting.
I didn't think that you would say that.
It would allow Eric Stokes some more development time, which I think
Agreed, Jack. Agreed, Jack. Thank you. I agree with that.
And I believe that would just be a disgusting duo. After the issues the Packers have had on the defensive end, I don't care who's at quarterback. You still need to invest some significant capital on the defense. And I think Christian Gonzalez is, at 15, probably the best plug-and-play player.
Chris is in shambles with that pick, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. And Jack, he might, but he might not. It depends on how the first few. It depends on those edge rushers and quarterbacks and how all of that falls.
So yeah,
because there's a very realistic world.
The Chicago Bears. It depends on the Chicago Bears.
It really does. There's a very realistic world where Gonzalez does fall.
MJ, I love it.
I'm curious about the cornerback rankings in general, though, because you got what? Joey Porter, Ringo, Gonzalez. I know I'm missing another. Oh, Witherspoon. Thanks, Jack.
What's the small school guy? What's the small school? Was it Witherspoon? No, he's not Witherspoon.
Witherspoon was Georgia.
No. Who's the? There's a small school corner that I liked. Fuck. It's slipping my mind. Anyway, gentlemen, it's about that
the
time.
Nets got better at the trade deadline.
I can't wait.
The Nets.
Oh my god,
that's chaos.
Right. Gentlemen, do you guys got anything else before we run our favorite guy of the day? MJ, you got anything?
No, I do not.
Wow, really? All right, well, shit.
First time in forever.
Like my hot take.
Zach, you good?
MJ doesn't like my hot take. That's all I was looking for. So
what was your hot take?
The Nets got better at the deadline.
Oh no, I actually do like that.
They did. They actually did. I agree with that too.
They're back to where they were before Kyrie.
They're way better now.
And KD.
Way better now.
I stand by it.
They have all their picks back.
I love that.
And they have the best on paper the best defense in the league right now.
All right, we'll cut on that. Then.
That's great.
Love it.
That's
Worry about it, guys. Oh. Hey.
oh no.
Well, I did send a
Someone?
message being like,
I
someone.
got it. I got it.
Bruce,
I sent the message asking
Bruce,
MJ
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
True in person. Let's go. Good shit, Zach. I agree with you.